between the Spearfish Sasquatch and Post Legion 164, the high school level travel baseball team here in Spearfish. I'm Sean Massa, the voice of the Sasquatch for the summer of 2023. On the call for this great exhibition game, these two teams have never played each other before, even though being both right here in Spearfish. But now an idea sparked, and they're going to play. They're going to have an exhibition game against each other. Not a traditional 9-inning game. There's different rules for this ball game, being college players going up against mainly high school ball players, but some graduating to the college level this year. It's a 7-inning ball game, not 9, and instead of pitching normally to other teams, the Sasquatch will be pitching to their own batters, with the Legion team playing defense behind them, and the same thing going against the Sasquatch. The Legion pitcher going to the Legion batter with the Sasquatch defense behind. We talked to head coach Parker Lokes earlier about how this was going to go down and really anything really about this game. Joined here by Post 164 head coach Parker Lokes. Parker, thank you for stepping aside and taking the time with us today to talk a little bit. You've both been in Spearfish for many years, but this has never really been an idea. So how did that kind of come into fruition?
Well, it was an idea actually floated last year, and it never came to fruition. I know up in Dickinson they do it with the Badlands, Big Sticks, the Legion team, and we talked about it earlier in this year, about January, and then we just said we're going to go for it, and we'll see what happens, and now we're here.
Yeah, what's the feel like in your dugout, going about this game?
Kids, I think they're going to really enjoy it. They always like seeing the Sasquatch kids out here. And, I mean, it's great to have them out here. And, I mean, it's great to see where we are against these guys who are playing college.
Yeah, and they're playing college, so they're a little bit older and more experienced. Is there anything you expect to see out of your team and your boys today in this one?
I just expect them to compete, The velo, I mean, we can see that in American Legion. You always see a guy that's throwing upper 80s, maybe touching 90. So I think it's going to be a great judge of where we are right now.
Perfect, thank you. First pitch right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live when we return. That was head coach of the Legion team, Parker Lokes, talking about this game going on shortly here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. But now time for the starting lineups for today's contest. First, for the technical visiting Post 164, despite being located in Spearfish. Going in the visitors' dugout today, leading off the catcher, Carter Lyons, graduated high school this season, coming off of a foot injury, but he's going to be leading off today. And a little unorthodox to have your catcher leading off, but he's proved all season that's a spot that they love to have him in. Hitting in the 2 spot, Braden Eriks. He's going to be playing out at short. And the 3 spot at second base, Ty Sieber. Hitting cleanup is Aiden Haught. He's going to be playing over at third base. Then you go over to the other side of the infield at first base. You got Raul Serrano, a big bat at first base for this Post team. Then you go to the 6, 7, 8 spots. You got Hayden Haught going in. You got Fire Eisen. And then you got, of course, the 8 and 9 spots for this Legion team. Jack Braden and Duncan Martin on the mound for Legion. It's Cody Chapman. He's going to take the bump, the second best pitcher for this team behind Fire Eisen, who is finding himself at the designated hitter spot. Rehabbing a shoulder injury today is keeping him from the mound. Now the starting lineups for your hometown Spearfish Sasquatch. Leading off is Trey Vorwald. He goes to center field. Then you got Jack Naylor playing first base, as we've seen so many times. Sliding in the 3 spot, Luis Reyes at short was phenomenal yesterday against Hastings, showing gold glove effort at the middle infield position, proving himself to be a key piece for the Sasquatch team. Hitting in the cleanup spot, DJ Van Atten slides into right field once again. Christian Soto follows him playing at third base. Another big bat and great glove on the left side of the infield for the Sasquatch. The designated hitter today, and in the 6th spot, Danny Thiessen. He's going to come in, usually find himself in the outfield, but that big bat of his slides into DH well for Spearfish. 7, 8, 9, you got Oliver Wilson, the man who pitched 5 gem innings yesterday for the Sasquatch. Going into left field, 8 spot, you got Gage Crott playing second base today, historically an outfielder, but sliding into that number 4 spot. And rounding out the lineup, going behind the dish, Brian Rosales. He's going to be catching the starting pitcher today, who is Lance Schaff from Montana State Billings. He's on the mound, started game 1 against Dickinson. Didn't have a great outing, but he's going to start it out today. We may only see 1 inning from him, as the entire Spearfish Sasquatch bullpen, is probably going to get some pitches today. We have first pitch coming up here shortly at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Make sure to stay tuned after a couple short messages right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
I feel so good today. be 21 years of age for any alcohol prices or swag. Ticket prices are $5 each or fly for $20. They include a rolling Gatorade cooler with a 24-pack of Pepsi and a 24-pack of Mountain Dew right inside. And how about this, the Sheridan Lake 8-person pontoon boat day. The rental is for the entire day, a $365 value. Could be yours tonight with the raffle ticket prices. It's setting up for our starting lineup. Spearfish Post 164 Legion will be the visiting team on the scoreboard. They are moved over to the other dugout. Leading off tonight, catcher Carter Lyon. Batting second, shortstop Braden Eriks. Batting third, second baseman Ty Seaver. Batting cleanup and the fourth spot, third baseman Aiden Hott. Batting fifth, first baseman Tony Serrano. Batting sixth will be left fielder Halen Hiding. Batting seventh, Caden Firereisen is the DH. Batting eighth will be right fielder Jack Raynham. Batting ninth, center fielder Duncan Martin. And the pitcher tonight for Spearfish Post 164, the starter will be Cody Chapman. And fans, now the starting lineup for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Leading off, center fielder number 3, Trey Borwald. Batting second, first baseman number 6, Jack Naylor. Batting third, shortstop number 9, Luigi Reyes. Batting fourth and cleaning up, right fielder number 27, TJ Van Etten. Batting fifth, playing third base, we're number 2, Christian Soto. Batting sixth, DH, number 38 today is Daniel Thiessen. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 23, Oliver Wilson. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 11, he's back for another year, Gage Crott. And batting ninth, behind the ditch, number 39, Bryson Rosales. And warming up in the bullpen is the pitcher, and ready to go tonight, number 40, Lance Schott. Head coach of Spearfish Post 164 is Parker Louts. Head coach of the Spearfish Sasquatch is Garrett Hunt. Fans, we ask that you please stand and remove your caps as we play our national anthem on this Memorial Day.
And welcome to Black Hills Energy Stadium in beautiful Spearfish, South Dakota. Independence League Baseball is seeing the Sasquatch scrimmage the local travel team in the Legion Post 164. An exhibition game that the talks have been going on for years, but there's never actually been any game going on. But this year, general manager and owner Eric Schmid and head coach of this Legion team, Parker Lokes, they decided to make it happen. And here we are, a great environment here in Spearfish, South Dakota. Just everyone looking to see Spearfish Sasquatch and the Legion team. Just a great thing for both the kids and these college athletes. Get some reps in before their season starts, their long season. And for these high school kids for Legion, it's got to be great for them to see some higher quality pitching and some higher quality ABs, as this is what you're going to see. You're not going to get much better than this in Legion. So seeing these type of arms and these type of pitches, that's got to help a batter in high school. And different rules in today's game, a 7-inning game instead of a 9 as a usual baseball game would entail. Playing a little bit of a shorter game. We still got a national anthem standoff going on that's preventing maybe the go-ahead of this one. Cody Chapman takes the mound today. He will pitch to his own Legion teammates, and then the same thing will happen with the Sasquatch, who are starting Lance Schaff on the mound. He will pitch to his teammates in the bottom half of the inning. Chapman pitching, Sasquatch defending. We'll go over the Sasquatch defensive lineup right here on the Spearfish Sasquatch live channel. Catching for the Sasquatch, who will be showing later in the inning, he will be catching when Lance Schaff is pitching, will be Ryan Rosales. On the mound, obviously, Lance Schaff going on the infield from left to right at third. Christian Soto and Luis Reyes go to the shortstop position. The left side of the infield has been absolutely phenomenal for the Sasquatch this year. Soto hasn't found his groove hitting the ball yet, but fielding the ball, he's been spectacular. And Luis Reyes, what is not to say about the kid? He has been absolutely spectacular, hitting the ball .467 on the short season. Yesterday, making about 9 million Gold Glove plays at short. Just been absolutely unreal. You go to the right side of the infield. Gage Crott, the hometown hero right there in Belle Fourche, South Dakota. He goes to second base. He does it all. Outfield, pitching, infield, whatever you need. At first, Jack Naylor slots in where he has found himself lately. Go to the outfield. Left field, Oliver Wilson pitched 5 gem innings yesterday. He also swings the bat left-handed and plays in the outfield, so he finds himself in left. Center field, Trey Vorwald, the speedster, the veteran of this Sasquatch team, finds himself commanding the outfield, and DJ Van Atten goes into right field, the big bat that just hasn't found his groove yet, but we know what he's capable of. Waiting for the leadoff hitter for Legion, and the Legion team wins the standoff. Julio Romero falls. An unfortunate loss for the Sasquatch pitcher. We might see him today in an inning, as we don't really expect to see any Sasquatch pitcher for more than maybe an inning, preventing any sort of fatigue or any sort of injuries. Just want to get through this game, get these guys some reps, and get them ready for the Oahe series this weekend. But before that, we got to take care of business today. This exhibition game is set to get underway with the leadoff hitter for Legion, Carter Lyons, the catcher. He's going to lead off against Chapman. Puts that one down the line at third. Foul. Soto went after it, but it just goes to the left side of the bag. Gotta be pretty fun to pitch to your own team. You can already see Chapman smiling out there on the mound as Lyons fouled off the first pitch. It might have been sitting on something faster because he was way in front of it. And it's now up 0-1. That one's going to hit him in the back. Gives him a little bit of a tap on the head of my bad. Hits his own teammate. And Carter Lyons takes his base to first. Brings up the shortstop going in the number 2 spot in the order, Braden Eriks. This Legion team hasn't had a lot of success this season. 1-11-1. And I was talking to their head coach, Parker Lokes, and he was just talking about, you know, it's a young team. A lot of these guys are going to be back next year, and they're just learning as they check the runner over at first. Another smile from Chapman over to Lyons, and Lyons taking a nice lead, and he's going to take off. Lyons is going to take off. Here's the throw from behind the plate. A one-hopper's not in time. He gets on base. He stands on second. And now a runner in scoring position. Gage Crott going to hold the runner. Chapman, a breaking ball, finds the outside of the zone. Count goes even at 1-1. That's a nice pitch from Chapman. Chapman, one of the best arms on this Legion team. He finds himself pitching today as Camden Fireeisen, still rehabbing a shoulder injury. He is not going to throw today. You don't want to injure anybody at all, especially in an exhibition game if you're head coach Parker Laux. That one fouled off. It's a 1-2 count now. It'll be a big first out for Chapman. I like what the two coaches and staff, all the staff members decided for this game with pitching to your own team. I mean, I think it's just going to make for a more exciting atmosphere. That one going to be flied into the air. Gage Kroc going to take 3 steps over to his right, and he'll make the catch. Just got in on the bat of Eriks, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. Runner still remains on second base. Going to bring up the 3 spot, Ty Sieber.
Now batting for Spearfish, post 164, number 8, Ty Sieber.
Sieber in that left-hand batter's box had some good rips during batting practice. And we'll have to see how Chapman's going to handle left-handed hitters. That one in the dirt. Keeps in front of him. It's going to be ball 1. So Lyons usually behind the plate. He's standing at second base. He was slotted as the catcher. It appears that behind the plate right now, is Duncan Martin. Could be wrong, but that's what it appears to be on the backside right behind that chest protector. It's a ground ball hit over to Reyes. Soto's going to move over. He can't make the play. It's going to be an E5 on Christian Soto. The Sasquatch defense not helping out Cody Chapman on that one. And now runners at the corner, still with 1 out. An RBI chance with the runner 90 feet away from the cleanup spot, Aiden Haught.
164, number 18, Aiden Haught.
Haught hitting .250 on the season, the .419 on base percentage, .417 slugging. So one of the better bats on this post 164 team. He's got 1 extra base hit, 2 extra base hits, 1 double, 1 home run on the season. 4 stolen bases, so really doing it all. The left-hand batter's box. Now the chance to open this one up early. 2 straight pitches missed the zone at the 2-0 count from Chapman. Very conservative lead over there at first base. They're going to check him anyways. I don't think Chapman wants to give his teammates the benefit of the doubt in the last laugh of stealing a base on him. It's almost second to worst as getting a home run, which would be some bragging rights in that dugout for the rest of the season. Here's the pitch. It's skied up in the center field. Vorwald takes 2 steps back. He's going to catch it, and they're going to tag from third. The relay throw is not going to be even contesting. They just keep the runner over at first. It's an RBI sac fly for Aiden Haught, the third baseman. And Legion takes the lead 1-0. Brings up the 5 spot Serrano. Tony Serrano, a big bat over at that first base position. And you got to think, now only a runner at first. A good play by Vorwald. He knew he was way too deep in that center field grass to even have a chance at getting the runner at home, so just keeps the runner at first. That slider is going to find the zone for strike 1. Serrano on the season, .212 batting average with .278 on base. They're going to check the runner again, seeming like a little bit of a theme after that stolen base earlier. Don't want to let your teammates steal any more, obviously. That's looking like a big theme from Chapman out there. Paying a lot of attention to any runner. Beautiful slider. Gets almost a sword-type swing right there. Didn't look like he wanted to swing at it at all. And now an 0-2 count. 2 away, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning for Chapman. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Another slider in the dirt. And that will end the top of the first inning. An RBI sac fly from Aiden Haught gets post 164 on the board. Sasquatch due up. It's Vorwald, Naylor, and Reyes right here when we get back on Spearfish Sasquatch Alive.
So they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Bottom one, Trey Vorwald set the lead off for the Spearfish Sasquatch. On the mound, pitching against this Sasquatch lineup, it's their very own left-hander Lance Schaff. He's going to step on the mound for the first time since game 1 in Dickinson, North Dakota versus the Big Sticks. Only expect to see maybe 2 innings, and he blows one right by Vorwald to start off. Talking earlier about, hey, technically the pitcher could give their hitters an easy pitch to hit and try to see some slugging, but I would have to think that it's more important for a pitcher in this instance to really just dominate your own team as another heater just goes right by Vorwald. It's quickly an 0-2 to the leadoff hitter. Vorwald usually finds himself in left, but manning center field today. Another heater upstairs gets away from Schaff. 1-2 count. Just a bit outside. And it's going to be a 2-2 count. Forgot to really talk to the guys about the game before, about how it's going to be hitting against their own pitching, because we were under the impression that before this game we were at least going to get a couple innings of Spearfish pitching to Legion and Legion pitching to the Sasquatch. But then it was changed last minute. Vorwald's going to foul off the 2-2 to stay alive in the count. That one got up and in on the hands, but he's going to put a bat on it. That would have been interesting to see. I was talking to the Legion head coach earlier, and he was saying how they've seen pitches that go high 8s, so it wouldn't necessarily be the velo that would break stuff. A ground ball hit over to second, going to be fielded cleanly. Vorwald can't leg this one out. The grass kills it, and Ty Sieber's going to make the play. We'll go over to the defensive lineup for this post-164 team behind the plate. Earlier in the first inning, we saw Carter Lyons. He's going to be the catcher today for whatever pitcher Legion puts on, if Cody Chapman goes more or if he's replaced. Going in the infield on the left side, you got Aiden Haupt manning third base. At short, Braden Eriks at second. Ty Sieber just made that play for the first out, and slotting in at first is Tony Serrano, the outfield, consisting of Hayden Hading. Center field, you got, Duncan Martin had a little bit of trouble right there. And then in right, you got Jack Branham. And that's going to bring up now for the second batter, Jack Naylor, the first baseman. He's going to come up to the plate. Schaff's not going to blow you away with speed, and he leaves one there. Naylor drives it into the gap. Going back towards the track. This one's deep, and this one's off the wall. It's going to be 2 for Naylor. He's going to round second and go 3. The relay throw is not going to be in time. He slides in there safely. Jack Naylor gets a triple. And he stands 90 feet away from tying this ball game. Ball carried a little bit more than we might have originally thought here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, but ultimately falls short of the wall. A little bit of trouble in right field by Branham to get that one in and track it down, and he stands on third base. Luis Reyes going to slot in now. He goes to the 3 spot, found himself leading off towards the end of the series in Dickinson. And this entire series against Hastings ended up getting put off for a long time until the opener on Sunday. Was set to hit second and now find himself in the 3 spot in this one. First pitch, ball upstairs. Home plate umpire today is Yogi Milslegel, and in the field, you got Kevin Kershaw. Reyes, big swing and a miss at that low heater. Schaff going to be sitting 82, 83 about on his fastball. Not going to blow you away with speed from the left side. And the breaking ball is going to sit low 6s, going towards mid 6s, but telling you the break on his breaking balls, as we saw right there, that one got away from him, but you could see just the amount of drop on that one. 1-1 count now to Reyes. Any contact would do to score Naylor over from third base. And I think that's all Reyes is trying to do here. That one inside, going to get past Rosales. Naylor's going to take off from third. The throwback to Schaff, not in time. It's a wild pitch, and Jack Naylor scores. That one just got way in on Reyes, and that's going to cause a run to score. 1-1 game here with one away. It's a 3-1 count still to Luis Reyes. Standing on deck is the cleanup spot, DJ Van Atten. See if he just brings one of those mid-8s fastball. He does. Reyes line drive into left field. Gets past the outstretched glove of Braden Eriks. He stands on first with a single. It's nice to see this Sasquatch team hitting off their own pitching. One of something we were talking about was with this effect going into Wahe, that the last pitches they saw were going to be a little slower velo from a high school arm. Then they came up with the idea of let's pitch to each other. Keep it the same and make it for a fun, competitive day. So far, 1 run in both the top and bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Schaff is going to be called a strike 1 on DJ Van Atten, the right fielder and cleanup spot for the Sasquatch. 2 hits yesterday's game, only one of them really being what DJ would call a well-hit ball, one of them being an infield single. He legged out in the grass. Rips that one towards third. Could be trouble. 5, 4. Can't get the throw to first in time. It gets by. Van Atten will reach on a fielder's choice. They get Reyes the lead runner at second. But the throw at the feet of Serrano, and he really can't make that pick when it bounces almost 4 feet in front of him. A rush throw from Sieber, but he had a little trouble transferring it from the glove to his throwing hand. And that results in the error. Christian Soto coming up to the plate now, the third baseman and 5-spot hitter for the Sasquatch. Hasn't had the best year at the plate so far to open up, but he has displayed the pop. When he makes contact, it can be scary. Just not a lot of luck, as we were talking about with DJ Van Atten struggled with in Dickinson. Soto was no different. A lot of the time barreling baseballs that just found their way into gloves. A diving play from the first baseman out in Dickinson, North Dakota, robbing him of singles, maybe doubles down the right field line. And we all know when Christian starts going and he gets that bat hot, he is so valuable to this team at third base. He's been phenomenal defensively. Just right now going through a little bit of hitting struggles. We saw a lot of batters on last year's Spearfish Sasquatch team especially, most notably Bailey Bordas, who will join us later this week. Struggling at the beginning of the year, and then once you get in a groove, just absolutely explode offensively. That one's going to be low. It's going to go 2-1 now to Soto. Schaff having a little bit of trouble locating. Fell behind 3-1 to Van Atten, now falling behind 2-1 to Soto. That one's going to get away. It's going to be another 3-1 count. Arm in the bullpen for the Sasquatch. As we expected, not going to see more than 1 inning at most from any Sasquatch pitcher today. Don't want to put anyone out of question to be able to pitch for Game 1 on Friday against Yowahe Zap in Pierre, South Dakota for the resume of Independence League Baseball. That one going to be inside and low, and it walks Soto. Christian Soto going to work a 3-1 count and get ball 4 to go to first base. Van Atten goes to second, and it's going to bring up the DH, Daniel Thiessen. Thiessen, historically corner outfielder, found himself in center field for that first series. Now finds himself hitting in the DH spot. But with that bat, it's really hard to get him out, to put him out of the lineup if you're head coach Jared Hunt. Turns on that one foul, just got it off the edge, just under it. And a little bit late. Schaff, one of the 2 lefties on this staff at the given moment that are here. We have a couple left-handed pitchers joining us here in Spearfish shortly. But right now, Schaff is 1 of 2, him and Oliver Wilson, and both of them are going to give you the same thing. They're not going to give you a lot of velo, but they're going to give you some good breaking balls and good off-speed pitches. They're going to fool hitters. A 1-1 count now to Thiessen. Checks the runner over at second. Here's the pitch upstairs. Thiessen laid off. 2-1. Falls behind once again in a count. That's not a recipe for success. That one going to be inside and low, and it gets the corner. Good job holding that pitch right in the bottom of the zone by the catcher for the Sasquatch, Brian Rosales. And now back even. The 2s are flying here in Spearfish, South Dakota. 2-2 count, 2 away, 2 runners on. Van Atten takes off. That one high. The throw over, not in time. It was a perfect throw from Rosales, but Van Atten got such a good jump that he almost had no chance. It's a double steal as Soto goes over to second. And now 2 runners in scoring position with a full count. Anything past the infield that drops will score 2 from Thiessen. 3-2 count. Thiessen double-checked his swing right there. Looked like he went, held back, and then had to finish the swing fully to put that pitch foul and lived to see another one. Almost resulted in just an easy 5-3 throw over from third for Aiden Haught, but he'll live to see another pitch. Full count, 2 away. We'll do it again. Here's the pitch from Schaff. That one's going to be low. Gets away from Rosales. Hits off the shin pad. The throw, he's not going to throw it. Looked like he wanted to throw, but it looked like Van Atten was already there. Didn't want to risk another error. He's going to score a run at the 2-1 lead for the Sasquatch here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners on the corner. Soto goes to third on the wild pitch. And Thiessen's going to go to first. Now stepping in the left-hand batter's box, the first lefty in this Sasquatch lineup, Oliver Wilson. Saw him on the mound yesterday. He doubles as an outfielder, and he gets some reps at the plate today. The first lefty that Schaff has faced in this lineup. It's been 6 straight righties. And the only lefty in this lineup, for that matter, as he drops strike 1 inside. Standing on deck, Gage Crott, the second baseman. He awaits to see if he can get a turn up to the bat. But if Wilson can put this in the gap and potentially score Thiessen, over from first, that would end the inning. As another rule today is 4-run inning caps. You can score more than 4, but once that 4th run comes across the plate, no more batters can step up into the box. It's a 1-1 count to Wilson. Runner takes off. That one flied in the left field towards the line. Giving chase towards the line. It's going to drop foul. Just hooked to the left of the line. Hayden was giving chase. Looked like he might have had a chance on it, but the wind or something just blew that one way over into foul territory, and it goes to a 1-2 count. Thiessen took off from first. Looked like he would have been safe. The jump was unreal. This is on top of being a great atmosphere and for a great cause to help support the local travel ball here in Spearfish. It's got to be great just for these fans to see the Sasquatch in action. Strike 3, he throws Wilson. Schaff gets out of the inning, but the Sasquatch get 2. We go to the second inning out of 7 here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. It's a 2-1 game. Sasquatch leading post 164 right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
Top 2, Cody Chapman back onto the mound. Going to be Haley Hiding. He's going to be leading off, slotting in the left field spot. Count goes even at 1-1. Fell behind 1-0, but when he falls behind 1-0, we've seen Chapman try to operate on that outside of the zone, and he's been doing it well, locating as that one gets away in the dirt to go behind 2-1. Just joining us in the top of the first, it was a sac fly from Aiden Haught, the third baseman in the cleanup spot for post 164. They got the scoring going, and then a little bit of bad luck and a little bit of wild pitches and unfortunate events caused the Sasquatch in the bottom of the first to tie this one, or to take the lead, excuse me, at 2-1. Chapman going in and around 73 miles an hour to start this one as he falls behind 3-1 in the count. Excuse me, no, a walk. Looked like it was 3-1. Scoreboard might have been a little bit behind, but it's a walk for Hading, and it brings up a 7 spot. Caden Fireisen. The designated hitter stands in that right-hand batter's box. One of the better hitters on this team, one of the better pitchers on this team. That one going to be called a strike. Just got in. And goes up 0-1. He's going to step off. Chapman has been very anxious and aware of any runner on. Not wanting to try to let up any stolen bases. That one tried to go on the outside again, but this time misses 1-1. We've seen him try to operate the outside when down in the count, never ahead. But right there, tries to do it on 0-1, misses, and now it goes 1-1. That one going to be fouled off. Count goes 1-2. Maybe force a ground ball. We've seen him. He looks like he's trying to really go on the bottom half of the zone, trying to force a ground ball, potentially get this Sasquatch defense, which has been so great all year so far, and especially great yesterday against Hastings, to potentially turn a double play and help him out a little bit. Here's the pitch. That one, a little bit of chin music, goes up and in, dodges out of the way. And now we got a 2-2 count. Goes even. Chapman operating quickly in this one. Here's the pitch to Fires. Now one inside, just gets out of the way again. Count goes full. Standing on deck, the right fielder, Jack Branham. And then Duncan Martin, the 9 spot in the center fielder, standing in the hole. Full count, runner on first. Lifts that one. Just got under it. Looked like it was the pitch he wanted. He was sitting on it, and he just misses. Could have potentially been a big hit from Fireisen. He only hit 194 this year, but a 306 on-base percentage. 4 RBIs and a stolen base on the season. No extra base hits yet. Strikes out on the high ball. Looked like it might have been above the zone a little bit at the letters, but he's going to swing and miss, and he's going to go down.
Now batting for post 164, number 22, Jack Branham.
One away. Jack Branham's going to come to the plate in a 2-1 ball game with one away and a man on first. On the leadoff walk, Chapman comes back with a strikeout. Now he's going to check the runner over at first again. Not really a leadoff that would necessarily entail stepping off and trying to pick him off. That one low, going to be called for a ball. No big leads being taken over at first, but I just don't think Chapman wants anyone else to steal on him after the first batter of the game and Carter Lyons getting one. 1-0 count. Outside, painted the corner. 1-1. And he loves that outside, whether it's to a lefty or a righty. He paints it so well. Grounds that one over to second. Could be 2, 4, 6. Reyes the throw. 4-6-3 double play. Ends the top of the second inning. The Sasquatch defense helps out Chapman, a weak ground ball over to second, and Gage Crott took care of it. Crott, Reyes to Naylor ends the inning. We'll be right back. Bottom two action here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Bottom of the second inning, and the Sasquatch go to the bullpen. It's Joe McBride, just arriving at Spearfish today, all the way from Everett Community College in Everett, Washington. Another arm coming to help the Sasquatch out. McBride arrives just in time before the Sasquatch go on the road over the weekend. Getting a lot of reinforcements this week, more arms and more players to take away a little bit of the load management going into the weekend. Gage Crott leading off, takes a big rip at the first one. Goes down 0-1. Gage Crott from Belfouche, South Dakota, was here last year at the Sasquatch on a temp contract to begin, and he gave owner and general manager Eric Schmidt no reason not to keep him. Hits that one over to third, making the play is hot. The throw over in time. This infield grass, after this rainfall this week, has caused so much trouble that if you put anything on the ground that has to go through the grass at first with more than a one hop at best, it's not making it out of the infield on its own. It's going to need some help. Brings up Ryan Rosales, the 9-hole spot in the catcher. Right now behind the plate is Keegan Weston, but Rosales up to the plate. First pitch going to find the zone. Oh, 1 count now for McBride. It's a big swing and a miss from Rosales. He goes up 0-2, standing on deck, the top of the order. Trey Vorwald, the speedster for the Sasquatch in center field. He stands on deck. He'll be the third batter of the inning after this one is over. 0-2 count to Rosales. Tried the breaking ball, tried to get a front door slider, just missed on the inside and low. 1-2 count now to Rosales. Fouls off that one down the line over the bullpen. Another arm getting warmed up for the Sasquatch. As we expected, not seeing any arms for more than one inning at a time. Squatch don't want to give themselves any problems going to Oahe. They want to have a full staff where everyone is ready to go. Maybe the only person you're looking at not being ready by Friday is Oliver Wilson, who started yesterday on the mound and now is in left field. That one gets away from McBride, and it goes 2-2. It's got to be a different type of beast showing up to Spearfish on the same day and just going on the mound throw an inning against your own team. It's got to be something that Pride probably didn't think was going to happen. Inside, painted it. Inner third, Rosales moved out of the way, thinking it was going to hit him, and it froze him. The first strikeout for Joe McBride comes against his own team in an exhibition game against Legion. Brings up the third batter of the inning in the leadoff spot, Trey Vorwald, the center fielder. If anything for McBride, this is just showcasing to the Spearfish crowd what he can do and what they can expect for the rest of the season. Misses that one low. Goes down 1-0 to Vorwald. We saw Vorwald yesterday leg out 2 singles in the infield, so if he can hit one in this grass and it dies off, going to cause either Haught, Eriks, or even Sieber to charge in. You could see a single from Vorwald again. That one finds the outside of the zone, 1-1 count to the Sasquatch leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the second inning. Vorwald looked like he wanted to check his swing. I don't think he knew what he wanted to do. That's one of the pitches where you see it, you kind of swing at it, but you step out of the box not knowing what just happened. 1-2 count now to Vorwald. McBride 1 strike away from getting out of the bottom of the second inning. It's a ground ball up the middle, going to get by the gloves of both Sieber and Eriks. The grass kind of killed it a little bit, but they couldn't get to it in time. It gets by at the single for Vorwald up the middle, and the inning continues. Trying to start out 2-out rally. Trey Vorwald stands on first. We saw him get 3 stolen bases in Game 2 against Dickinson. I would not be surprised if he tries to test the arm of Keegan Weston behind the plate. Jack Naylor steps up to the plate now. We'll see what kind of lead Vorwald takes. It's really conservative right now, but takes an extra step. That one in the dirt. Had a little bit of trouble with Weston, but gets to it just perfectly in time. Vorwald thought about it. He hesitated a little bit and just decided to go back and play it safe. Here's the 1-0 pitch from McBride. That one's going to be upstairs and in. It's going to miss high on Naylor. 2-0 count. This could be where we potentially see Vorwald try to take off, or maybe we see the Sasquatch try to get a hit and run going, and potentially if Naylor can put this down the line with right fielder Brainham playing really far off. 3-0 count as that one misses. As we were saying, if he can locate this ball in either the gap or down the line, you could see Vorwald, if a hit and run even, with the speed he has at first, score all the way from first base and make this a 3-1 ball game. 3-0 count to Jack Naylor. Lifts that one high in the air down the right field line. This one's going to veer foul right over into the batting cages here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Normally don't see swings on 3-0, but I just don't think the Sasquatch want to walk today. I think they're trying to see some pitches, see as many pitches as they can, get as many reps as they can before they go into the games that count. A 1-3 record to start the season. Sasquatch didn't start out how they wanted to in Dickinson. Got a big win yesterday against Hastings. Vorwald takes off inside. Naylor walks. They're going to say it hit him. Hit by pitch. Jack Naylor wears a fastball on the inside. He'll go to first. Vorwald goes to second. Looked like he got a great jump anyways. If it was a strike, I think Vorwald would have been safe. Weston has ability behind the plate, but Vorwald, by the time that pitch was at home and Weston would have been able to pop up with it, it looked like he was already 75% of the way there. Luis Reyes steps up to the plate now, the shortstop for the Sasquatch all the way from Puerto Rico. With a runner on first and second, an RBI chance. Lifts that one, first pitch foul behind the backstop. Reyes, they tried to get him here in 2020, but then COVID happened, and that really prevented it. Better late than never. He's here in 2023. Vorwald a big lead at second. That one outside. Reyes wanted to swing at it. Shifted his weight a little bit, pulls back at the 1-1 count. Sieber going to check Vorwald. He's going to try to hold him. He backs off. Here's the pitch for McBride. Reyes just under it in on the hands, and the bat comes free. As they say in a famous movie by Adam Sandler, goes by the name of Happy Gilmore, the bat went farther than the ball. It's a 1-2 count again to Reyes, as that one jammed him, putting some more pine tar in the bat right there. Interesting stat about Luis Reyes. At this given moment, through 4 games of the Independence League season, Reyes, coming into the home opener against Hastings, was averaging 1 broken bat per game. Didn't break one against Hastings, still standing at 3 through 4 games, but that's still a pretty impressive number. 1-2 count to Reyes. In the dirt, gets away from Weston. Runners take off. Vorwald's going to be in. Looked like he had a chance to get Naylor at second, but elects to just give it back to McBride. 2 runners in scoring position now. Runners move up to second and third. If Reyes puts in the outfield, could see 2 more runs come across the board. Now it's a 2-2 count with 2 away. Outside, count goes full. A hit in the outfield will score Naylor. If it drops, going to get a little bit of a head start. Three-two count, 2 away. Reyes swings and misses at the slider, low and away. McBride strikes out Reyes with runners on second and third to get through the bottom half of the second inning unscathed. We saw 3 runs come across in the first inning, none in the second. We go to the third when we come back on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Third inning action here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, set to get underway. New pitcher on the mound. Cody Chapman's night is done. He gives up. Technically 1 run through 2 innings. I was going to say 2, but the weird rules today in Spearfish, South Dakota of pitching to your own team getting to my head a little bit, just making me thinking. I don't do that very well. New pitcher on the mound is Sean Sewell, the freshman. First pitch grounded right back to him for a 1-3 putout. Efficient so far. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sewell. Sewell hasn't pitched an inning yet this season. For Legion in their 13 games has not recorded an inning. He's only recorded 1 game played in 1 AB, so getting the freshman some work. And 1 pitch, he's got 1 out. Breaking ball finds the outside of the zone.
Batting now for Spearfish, post 164, number 6, Owen Bruner.
Owen Bruner sliding in the lineup, put the ground ball over to third. Soto makes the play easily. The cross diamond throw, hesitated a little bit, gets it in time. Three pitches, 2 outs for Sean Sewell. Here in the top of the third inning, the Sasquatch bats are still leading 2-1. But Sewell doing a good job right now, potentially keeping it. A 1-run lead for the Sasquatches. We're going to say he's a part of the Sasquatch today, because that's how the rules are going to be. That one going to be driven over the glove of Soto. A line drive in the left field, and it's going to be a single for Braden Eriks. The sophomore at 33 at-bats this season, hit .212, had 2 extra base hits, but on that one, it's a well-hit line drive in the left. Soto thought he might have had it, but couldn't bring it in. A tough play to make at the hot corner, especially coming off a right-hander's bat, pulling it like that. And now with 2 away, post 164 has the base runner once again. Ty Sieber comes up to the plate. Check the runner over there at first base for Sewell. It's always interesting to see how these young arms are going to really react to, they had it easy for the first 2 at-bats, and then they gave up a hit. How does that affect you mentally? We have to see how Sewell approaches this one. Misses that pitch for a 2-0 count. Runner takes off from first. That one hit into the gap. It's going to drop. A perfectly executed hit and run for post 164. Runner goes around third. It's going to be an RBI double for Ty Sieber. This game is tied at 2 here in the top of the third. Got it inside from Sewell, and Sieber turned on it to the gap. The runner took off from first base, and it was a perfect hit and run. There was absolutely nothing that Trey Vorwald or DJ Van Atten out there in right field could have done to track that one down and keep the runner from scoring. He stands on second, and Aiden Hott, the third baseman, had an RBI sac fly back in the first inning. Open it, turns that one down the right field line. If it's fair, it's going to be a run, and it will. It's another RBI double. 164 takes the lead. That one's going to get over to Soto. He makes the diving play. It got past the glove of Reyes. It was in the dirt. The throw from Crott looked like Hott could have had another base if he wanted, but he stays at second base with the RBI double. 3-2, 164 takes the lead. Sewell had 3 pitches to get the first 2 outs, but since then has led up 2 doubles. Tony Serrano steps in the right-hand batter's box, and now a chance for him to get an RBI in his night. Big swing and a miss at that one. Looked like a pitch he could have drove. We talked about how would Sewell handle getting the first 2 outs quickly, then getting a base runner as a young arm, and I think we've seen he hung 2 pitches, and his teammates made him pay for it with a double in the right center gap and a double that just stayed fair down the right field line. DJ Van Atten's had a fun time the last 2 batters, tracking down balls in places that he really has no chance of getting to. 1-1 count. That one hit over to third. Grass kills it, and Soto fields it. The throw cross diamond will be in time, and that'll do it for the top of the third. 2 runs come across. RBI doubles for Ty Siebert and Aiden Hott. Put 164 in the lead, 3-2. We head to the bottom half right here when we get back on Spearfish Sasquatch Live. Don't go anywhere, folks. A 2-1 game after 2 innings. After 2.5, it's 3-2. Zach Romans takes the mound here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Saw him yesterday for a little bit, the young arm from the redshirt freshman, the University of Minnesota Mankato. He steps up now with a chance to get some innings, but his first batter is DJ Van Atten. Located strike 1. Second one gets away, and it's going to even the count of a 1-1. This is a great spot for a young arm like Romans, and I'm so happy that head coach Jaron Hunt decided to put him out there. A young arm that hadn't thrown an inning at the college level before yesterday. Had a little bit of a tough time, but now gets an inning where he can just try stuff. It's not like he has a lot of pressure right here, at least stat-wise. Maybe a lot of pressure to get his teammates out, but nothing on the line of a win or a loss in the Independence League. 1-2 count to DJ Van Atten, the cleanup hitter. Lines that one foul. Late on it, but pieced it. Standing on deck, Christian Soto, the 3rd baseman, had 2 putouts in the top of the inning, but that was not enough to prevent the 2 RBI doubles. Here's the 1-2 pitch once again. Van Atten gets it weakly down the 3rd base line and foul. Looked like that one started in the middle of the plate, just broke in on the hands and fooled Van Atten. It's a 1-2 count for the 3rd time. Here's the pitch from Romans. Van Atten flies that one into the air over to short. Eric's heading back. He'll settle under it. First out of the inning is recorded. Zach Romans gets a weak fly out to shallow center field at best. I couldn't tell if he was on the grass right there or not, but it was close enough to shallow center field that we'll call it shallow center field. Gonna bring up Christian Soto, the 3rd baseman for the Sasquatch. He comes to the plate now with 1 away. Spearfish gave up the lead in the top half as Sean Sewell got the first 2 outs very quickly and then had 2 RBI doubles directly after it. Now the Sasquatch trying to get it back. Home plate umpire Yogi Milslegel calls that one low for ball 1. A 1-0 count now. Roman settling in quickly. We'll have to see how he handles it. Inside gets the call. Milslegel's been calling those all night, and they get one right there. Seems like the zone has almost shifted over 1 complete third over to the inside of whatever hand is. It doesn't seem to vary between lefties and righties. It's just the inner third of the plate. Soto lines that one down the first base line. Just foul, was easily 2 bases as that one goes all the way over to the batting cages. That would have been easily 2 bases. The game of inches, and you can't really stress that enough in moments like that. Maybe 5 inches to the right of that bag. 1-2 again. This one gets away from Rosales behind the plate, bounces in front of him. Count goes even at 2-2. Last time we saw a 1-2 count with Romans, he got 2 straight foul balls, then a pop fly to short where Eriks took care of it. This time it goes even at 2-2. How great would this be for the young man's confidence? Get some college innings in against some good bats too with the 4, 5, 6 spots of the Sasquatch. That one's a line drive past the glove of Eriks at short. A hard hit ball. Soto will look to go for 2. He winds up the go, but the relay throw was in time to get in. Wanted to try to catch the post 164 center fielder Duncan Martin sleeping a little bit, but Martin does a good job getting that one in. It's a 1-out single on the 2-2 count from Christian Soto. A well-hit ball that absolutely froze Eriks. Didn't have a great shot at that ball anyways. That was just smoked over to short. Now Daniel Thiessen going to come up to the plate with a runner on first. Inside, that one a little bit too far inside goes ball 1. Another arm warming up for the Sasquatch. Looks to be Julio Romero. We saw Julio in game 3, against the Big Sticks. Was pretty solid for 3 innings until had a little bit of walk and control issues that loaded the bases and led to him being pulled in the 4th inning. No action for Legion's. Got to think they're going to go with the young Armin Sewell once again. 1-1 count following the second pitch being fouled off down the 3rd base line by Thiessen. Outside, Rosales, good job keeping it in front of him. It was in the dirt. Goes 2-1. Already nearly halfway through this game, being a 7-inning game, being in the bottom of the third. So not as much time to come back as you think for the Sasquatch. That pitch is going to be pieced into left field, falls right in the soft spot between left and short. Soto goes to second, a little bit of trouble in left from Hayding. And now it's runners on first and second. Oliver Wilson, the left fielder, the pitcher, the two-way player for the Sasquatch, steps up to the plate. The Sasquatch had one of these last year by a young man with the name Griffin Sharon, who was phenomenal on the mound for the Sasquatch down the stretch of the season. An arm that they could put in any type of situation, but also someone in the outfield. He was a righty, Wilson a lefty. But nonetheless, an arm on the mound and then someone that you could put in the field and could put in the box and get hit and speed from. Oliver Wilson getting his second at-bat of the season right here. Didn't reach in his first. Struck out. But now with runners on first and second, has a chance to potentially get an RBI and get some confidence going on the left side. Here's the pitch from Romans. Outside, got the outer third of the zone. A good fastball from Romans right there. And it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 with one away. Big swing and a miss on another heater from Romans. 2 straight fastballs, 2 straight strikes. 0-2 count. This will be a big strikeout to get, especially. But he is right-handed, can pitch, can play infield, can play outfield. The only thing we haven't seen Crott do is catch for this Sasquatch team. That one outside, Rosales keeps it in front of him. (2-0) count now to Crott. Sends a ground ball up the middle. Gets over the glove, but an easy play at second for Sieber. He tags the bag, and that ends the inning. No runs come across. After 3, the score is Legion Post 164-3, Spearfish Sasquatch 2. We'll be right back here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
An easy ground ball. The Soto's going to get the second out of the inning for Sewell. So the same thing that happened in the first, in the first thing that Sewell pitched happens here. It's 2 quick outs. We'll have to see how he recovers after this. Got 2 outs last inning. Gave up 1 base runner. And then everything just seemed to fall apart. We saw 2 breaking balls hang, we saw 2 doubles, one in the right center gap, one down the right field line. That one's going to be fouled off.
Now batting for Spearfish Post 164, Cody Chapman.
Cody Chapman started the game on the mound. He finds himself in the batter's box. And down 0-1. Big swing and miss at that one inside. They'll say he got a piece of it, but he goes down 0-2 nonetheless, as it goes directly into the glove of Carter Lyons. Swing and a miss again. 3 straight pitches and 3 straight strikes to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sean Sewell. Recovered well after falling apart a little bit in his first inning of work. Top of the 4th, he goes bang, 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 1-2-3. We go bottom half. It's a 3-2 game. Post 164 in the lead. Everyone knows him. He's been here as his 3rd season, arrived today, came right to the ballpark. It's Ryan Bachman. He steps into the box. The man they call the hometown hero from Rapid City. Back for his 3rd season, wearing number 24 in the blue and white. First pitch, a big swing from Bachman. Bachman coming to us from University of Minnesota Mankato. Just lost in their super regional. And now Bachman finds himself here. 0-1 count to Bachman. Runner on first is Rosales. He's going to take off. That one behind Bachman. It doesn't hit him. Weston keeps it in front. Rosales slides in. No need. He's safe. Romero's now with a runner in scoring position for Bachman and a 1-1 count. Bachman has a chance to tie this game up in his first at-bat. That one low, going to be called for a strike 2. Yogi Millslagel's been consistent all night with that bottom half of the zone, especially that bottom third being a little more lenient. Here's the 1-2 count to Bachman. Rosales still standing on second. A nice lead over there at second. Low, same exact pitch as before, just maybe a little bit lower as Millslagel gives that one the ball. 2-2. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Post 164 leading 3-2. Bachman jammed on that one, puts it foul. Looked like he had a chance to hit it. If it's over the heart of the plate, that ball might be all the way on top of Crow's Peak. but a good placement by Romero puts on the inside. He jams him. Bachman, line drive, right field. That'll score Rosales. He's going to come around from third. The throw's going to be cut off, and Ryan Bachman's got an RBI single in his first at-bat back in Spearfish for year 3. This game's tied up at 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Still no outs. Ryan Bachman stands on first. Romero tried to command that bottom of the zone. He left one a little bit too far up, and a hitter like Bachman is going to make you pay every time. Boy, did we miss him here in Spearfish, and he's back like he never left. Jack Naylor steps up with a runner on first. Still no outs. Sends a fly ball into center. It could fall in the gap, and it will. Gets by the glove of Eriks. The throw was going to go to second, but no one covering the bag. They might have gunned Bachman, but a little miscommunication as Tony Serrano slid over from first to second defensively, and he just didn't cover the bag on it. Don't think he expected the throw to come from Eriks over there short in shallow center. So a bloop single for Jack Naylor, and now runners on first and second brings up Luis Reyes. Luis Reyes coming to the plate now with runners on first and second. Up in this inning. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Van Atten. He swings and misses at that one. That was blown away. They'll say he got a piece of it, but Weston held on to it. 2-2 count. Romero just looking for one out to kickstart things, try to get out of this inning. Breaking ball goes low, count goes full. Full count to Van Atten, one pitch away from potentially getting the first out or loading the bases with no men away. Reyes a big lead over at first. Van Atten skies that one into foul territory, giving chases Weston, but that one's gonna leave, and we will do a full count once again. 3-2, part 2. Romero versus Van Atten. This is one of the tougher batters in the Sasquatch lineup really to take care of. Hasn't really been a fun part for Romero. I mean, you got the 9-hole hitter in Brian Rosales. You hit him, and then you turn over the top of the order, and you get Ryan Bachman pinch hitting for Trey Vorwald. It's just not a great part of the lineup to be in, especially if you're going to leave baseballs where they can be hit. Van Atten skies that one over towards the third base line and foul, giving chase over by the batter's box. And that one's going to be retired by Haught. The first out of the inning as DJ Van Atten flies out into shallow foul territory on the third base side. And there's a big first out, brings up Christian Soto, the third baseman.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, playing third base, Christian Soto.
Christian Soto comes to the plate now with runners on first and second. A big first out for Julio Romero on DJ Van Atten, and he locates the first pitch of this one for a strike 0-1. Seems like every pitcher today has loved that outer bottom third. That one's high in the inner center field, giving chase over to his left. Settling under it, making the catch. Tagging is Naylor. He'll go to third. Runners at the corners, but Duncan Martin out there in center field retires Soto, and now runs to the corners. 2 away. Daniel Thiessen, the tall right-handed bat, steps in. Daniel Thiessen steps up, runners on the corners. 2 away. That one gets away from Romero. Just slipped out of his hand. Thiessen ducks out of the way. Weston keeps in front of him. Goes to the 1-0 count. Could have been disastrous. Could have been hit by a pitch. Loaded the bases up. And brought up Oliver Wilson, who stands on deck 0 for 2. That one low. Weston keeps in front of him again. Two-0 count from Romero. An arm warming up for the Sasquatch. Checks his swing on that one in the dirt. Count goes 3-0. Can't get a number on who's in the bullpen for the Sasquatch and who will we see next inning. 3-0 count for Julio Romero. Strike one, a big swing and a miss from Thiessen. Different approaches right now for Sasquatch batters on 3-0 counts. We've seen two big swings on respective 3-0 counts. Fighting back 3-1, fouled it off, and the count goes full with 2 away. Full count, 2 outs. Reyes will get a head start over there at first. So the ball in the gap might advance from the third, and if it's far enough and have enough trouble in the outfield, could be 2 runs. Full count, 2 away. Here's the pitch from Romero. Swung on, line drive, center field. Martin can't get to it. Reyes round second, he goes to third. It's an RBI single for Daniel Thiessen, and the Sasquatch go up 5-3. Oliver Wilson comes to play looking for his first hit in a Sasquatch uniform. And no better spot to do it than here with runners on the corners trying to keep the big batter. Full count with 2 away. Thiessen with a full count of 2 away put a line drive at center field that scored a run. We'll see if Wilson can do the same. Full count. 2 away, runners at the corners here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Julio Romero versus Oliver Wilson in the left-hand batter's box. Wilson fouls it off. We'll do it again. Full count, 2 away, 2.0. Here we go. A battle by Romero and Wilson right now. Gage Crott stands on deck. Looks like he might try to swing left-handed at this at-bat. We've seen him implement that into his game over the school ball season, and early on he's been swinging left-handed a lot. That one outside. Wilson takes his base. Gage Crott will walk up, and the bases will be juiced. Weston's going to go out and calm down Romero. Hasn't located well. Just want him to try to finish the inning, but don't want to give these post-164 bats too much of, as you would call, a disadvantage. Leading by 1 coming to the inning, and the Sasquatch bats have woken up. But we are at 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We only have room for 1 more. It could be a bases-clearing double from Gage Crott that scores 3, and there would be 6 runs in this inning, but no more batters would come across. The limit for 1 inning is 4, but you can do more than that. Just when the 4th run comes across, no more batters can step in the box. Bases loaded for Gage Crott. He takes ball 1 in the dirt from Romero. Romero sitting around mid-8s right now, looking at around 84 miles an hour. Falls behind 1-0 to Gage Crott. Outside, Crott checks his swing. They'll say he held off. 2-0. Start out this inning really well, just having a little bit of control issues, and has not been able to get the ball in the strike zone when it matters. 2-0 count. That one going to be low. Ball 3. 1 pitch away from this inning being over. If Gage Crott walks, a run will come across, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th. Trying to fight back. Here's the 3-0. Outside, gets the call. Strike 1, 3-1 count. 3-1 pitch from Romero. Crott fouls it off. We will get our third straight 3-2 count with 2 away. Standing on deck appears to be a pinch hitter for Brian Rosales. It's Parker Bledgy. We'll see if we get to see him next inning. Because no matter what after this at-bat, this inning will end. Crott's going to foul that one off, and we'll see another full count pitch. This is going to be, count it, the 6th full count pitch with 2 away that we have seen in the last 3 batters. Sasquatch bats and Julio Romero just refusing to let one or the other win. 3-2, 2 away. Checks his swing, he went. Strike 3, Romero gets out of it, but the Sasquatch bats get 3. 5-3 lead for the Squatch here in Spearfish over post 164. We go to the 5th. Top 5, Sasquatch leading by 2. We'll be right back out here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live with more exhibition game action. Top 5 here in Spearfish, South Dakota. A new arm on the mound. It's Jack Branham. He played right field to start this game. Now he slides onto the mound. The left-handed arm working with a 5-3 lead to his respective post 164 bats. First 2 pitches are strikes. First one fouled off by Duncan Martin. And the second one waved at, missed on the outer third. 5-3 game, 0-2 count to the leadoff hitter. This one inside, bounces to the plate. Going to be called a ball 1. Just joining us, Sasquatch get 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning off the arm of Julio Romero, who commanded the zone well, but these Sasquatch bats woke up a little bit, something we haven't seen so far this season. We're seeing right here. That one hung over the middle, goes foul by maybe an inch. Just missed it, Duncan Martin. 1-2 count. Martin, ground ball over to third. Making the play is going to be Parker Bledgy. He checks in. The throw is going to be in time. Takes a tumble, but couldn't beat it in a bang-bang play. Parker Bledgy goes to third for Christian Soto. He makes that play. Oliver Wilson still in left field. Gage Crott moves to center field for Trey Vorwald, and Ryan Bachman settling in at second. Other than that, the Sasquatch lineup looking the same. Carter Lyon, the top of the order. The catcher comes to the plate. First pitch hung, drives it to center field, takes a step back is Crott. He's heading back, and he's going to make the catch. A well-hit ball from Carter Lyon is going to result in a fly out to center field. Might be the deepest hit ball we've seen from a post-164 bat today. But nonetheless, the second out of the inning. Braden Eriks up to the plate now with 2 away, working quickly. Is Branham. That one gets away. Going to be called ball 1. Branham on the season, pitched 10 2/3 innings, has not had the most enjoyable season with an 11.8 ERA and a north of 3.25 whip. But working efficiently so far against his respective batters. That one high at the face. Going to be called for ball 2. That one drilled left field. Wilson going back. He'll make the catch. Got a good jump. And we just saw 2 well-hit fly balls into the deep outfield for this post-164 team. The best hit balls we've seen from their bats all day. Nonetheless, Sasquatch gloves got it done. Branham goes 1, 2, 3. No runs added, top 5. We go bottom 5, 5-3 game. Sasquatch bats looking to get some more runs. A new arm takes the mound.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
We keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
Bottom 5, new pitcher, pinch hitter. Kobe Goro comes out of the bullpen, working with a 5-3 deficit. Parker Bledgy comes out of the dugout to pinch hit. Ryan Bachman standing on deck. He replaced Trey Vorwald. He slid to second, and Gage Crott, who was playing second originally, slid out to center field. 1-0 count to Bledgy. Goro missed outside on that one. Count goes 2-0. Kobe Goro appeared in the first series. Had a little bit of a tough time in Dickinson. But he's an arm that the Sasquatch definitely looking to get going. Pledgey, line drive, left field, leadoff single. Looked like Braden Eriks was looking to try to get a ball. Maybe he thought it jumped to the middle. He veered to his left and then quickly had to jump back to his right. The result in a line drive single out to left field to lead off the inning. And that brings up Ryan Bachman. Bachman 1 for 1, his second at bat back in Spearfish this summer. Takes strike one, had an RBI single in his first at bat this game. Just got to town today. Looked like he showed up to the ballpark directly from his car. Probably had a little time between, but just came right here, fouls that one off. Talked to Ryan a little bit, just excited to be back in Spearfish. Obviously sad that his season ended in Minnesota, with Minnesota Mankato losing in the Super Regional for Division II in the NCAA. But happy to be back in Spearfish, where he has had a lot of memories throughout the years. 0-2, check the runner. Budgie slides back safely. Inside, tried a front door slider, didn't get the call. Looked like that pitch might have been called as strike 3 in prior innings. Doesn't get it there. 1-2 to Bachman now. Goro with the runner on first. Pledgey, they're holding him. Keeping a close eye. Here's the pitch. Bachman, ground ball over to short. Trying to make the play. Get the force at second. They won't be able to turn two, but Eric flips it over, and they get the lead runner. Bachman reaches on a fielder's choice. But now Jack Naylor comes to the plate once again. He's scored twice today. Playing first base for majority of the season. Looking to show the fans already. He's already showed these fans in Spearfish that he's going to be a main contributor on this team if they want to try to bring home an Independence League championship at the end of the day. And I can just tell you that dugout there locked in on bringing one here to Spearfish. And now you add Bachman. Bordis will be here later. Hoyer will be here later. 3 players from last year's team that will be back, that know the feeling of losing in the final. I can just imagine that that feeling of wanting to win a championship is going to skyrocket exponentially. 1-1 as Naylor fouls off the 1-0. Bachman at first. Conservative lead. Here's the pitch to Naylor. Outside. That one's going to be low and called ball 2. They're going to check Bachman over at first. Looked like they froze him a little bit. The throw's a little bit high from Goro. Another arm warming up in the bullpen for the Sasquatch. Appears to be Gunnar Thompson. We'll see him next inning. That one poked out to right. Fields a single from Naylor. Bachman goes around second. He'll go to third. Runners on the corners. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning of the 7-inning expedition game. Excuse me. And now Luis Reyes steps up to the plate once again.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, shortstop Luigi Reyes.
Luis Reyes, excuse me, or as the dugout's going to call him, as the fans are going to learn him as, Luigi steps up to the plate now with the runners at the corners. 1 away. Sasquatch bat's already leading. Reyes wears it. He'll go to first. Shaking it off on the arm. Reyes going to go to first. Bases are going to be loaded now with 1 away. Going to bring up the cleanup spot, DJ Van Atten. Van Atten had an impeccable year in Division II of the NCAA level. Hit over 450, had over 20 home runs. Just hasn't found his groove yet here in the Independence League, but when he does, we could be looking at Independence League MVP. And for DJ, it's all about just staying confident, keep barreling baseballs, and Dickinson might have been one of the most unlucky performances I've ever seen throughout a 3-game series from this man. Got multi-hit yesterday, fouls that one off. As summer progresses, that infield grass is going to get drier, and ground balls won't die nearly as much as they are now, but it's almost just like that is a waste zone at this given moment, and that just happened to Van Hatten. He kind of hit one that ended up going to the grass on the foul territory, and it just seemed to stop in its tracks, defy all physics. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted on by an opposing force, and that grass is acting as one heck of an opposing force right now to any ground ball hit in its direction. 1-1 count with the one away. Bases are loaded. Coral versus Van Hatten. Big swing and a miss from DJ. Count goes 1-2. Coral trying to get out of this with as minimal damage as possible, trying to give the post 164 bats a chance in the top of the 6th. And it appears that Gunnar Thompson will come in the bottom of the 6th inning. Van Hatten, left field, giving chase towards the line, will make the catch. Tagging from third is Bachman. It's a sac fly RBI for DJ Van Hatten, but a good play in left by Halen Hading to go over there and get it towards the line. It was a well-pieced ball by Van Hatten, and once again, the same thing happens. DJ Van Hatten has happened so much. He pieces it, he just can't get it to fall, but he gets the RBI. 6-3 lead. Keegan Weston up to the plate now with 2 men away. Runners on first and second. Outside, got away. Good job by Rosales to keep it in front of him. Count goes 1-0. 3-run lead for the Sasquatch. This was a 3-2 lead for post 164 heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, and since then the Sasquatch bats have awoken and erupted. Weston fouls that one off. Count goes even at 1-1. Post 164 bats went 1-2-3 last inning, but had a few good pieces out to the outfield. Thinking that maybe if they can get some to drop, they could come back in this one. The bats have struggled all year for that team. Count goes 2-1 as that one misses upstairs. Weston, big swing and a miss. Naylor standing on second. Reyes standing over there on first. DJ Van Hatten, sac fly into left field, scored a run in this inning, but that's it so far. That one misses low. Count goes full. Full count, 2 away. The 8th time I have said that in the last 2 innings. Battles between these Sasquatch arms and bats. Runners take off. That one low, freezes them. Strike 3. Goral gets the benefit of the doubt. The inning ends. We go to the 6th. The last 2 innings of this one coming up. Bradenham going back on the mound for post 164. It's a 3-run Sasquatch lead. The 164 bats look to chip in right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live. Ty Siebert steps up to the plate to lead off here in the top of the sixth. 164. Going with a 3-run deficit now. Only mustering 3 hits on the night against their own pitching. Jack Brainham back onto the mound. He went 1-2-3 in his last inning. But let up 2 well-hit balls to center field and left field, but the Sasquatch defense took care of business. Breaking ball hanging at the letters. Luis Reyes going to be moving over to second base, and Ryan Bachman going to be going to short. So changing up a little bit, maybe seeing the versatility of his infielders, his head coach Jarrett Hunt, and good time to do it in the exhibition. Nails him in the back. Take your base. Hit by a pitch, and Ty Siebert had an RBI double earlier in this game. Back in the bottom of the, in the top of the third. And now gets on base with a hit by pitch. He gets on leading off. Aiden Haught, the cleanup spot. They're going to check the runner over at first. A high throw. Naylor corrals it. See if he utilizes the bottom of the zone, try to force Haught to get on top of a baseball. He's going to hit him. Last 2 pitches have both hit his teammates. First and second, no outs. 2 hit by pitches for Branham. Quick mound visit, going to try to talk it over, calm his arm down. No action in the bullpen for Legion post 164. Might see someone coming from the field as we saw lately. Gunnar Thompson standing in the bullpen. He will be the next Sasquatch pitcher out.
Now batting for post 164, Sean Sewell.
Sean Sewell pieces one of the left center gap. Giving chase is Wilson. He'll call off the center fielder, and he'll make the catch. So Crott runs all the way over, gets called off by Wilson. First pitch for Sean Sewell, skied in the left center gap, and retired, 1 away. That one's going to be skied into right field, giving chase at Van Atten. And 2 pitches, and Brainham's got 2 outs with weak fly balls to the corner outfield. Quickly 2 away, following the first 2 batters being hit by a pitch. Going to bring up Caden Fireeisen. He comes up to the plate, now trying to savor and at least salvage 1 run out of this scenario. Runners on first and second with no outs. And the last 2 batters quickly have flown out to the corner of the outfield. That one's called strike 1 on the inside to Fireeisen. Working with a 3-run deficit, going down now to your last 4 outs. Definitely don't want to leave this with no runs if you're post 164. I'm going to be outside and low for ball 1, 1-1 count. One. Inside, Fireeisen leaves it off, gets ahead 2-1 in the count with 2 away. Runners still on first and second. Brainham worked quickly for the first and second out. But now, trying to get Fireeisen out to go 1-2-3 after hitting the first 2 batters of the inning. Fireeisen got a pitch to hit. It was hanging. He misses it. Just got under, fouls it off. The 2s are wild here in Spearfish, South Dakota. 2-2 count with 2 away. 2 runners on at first and second. In a 3-run ball game. Potentially 1 swing of the bat away from tying this thing up. That one inside. Full count. Runners will advance on the wild pitch. 2 count is no more. We go full. Full count. 2 away. 2 runners in scoring position. 1 swing of the bat away from making this a 1-run game potentially. If Gunnar Thompson can close it out in the bottom of the 6th, going to the top of the 7th with potentially a 1-run deficit. Fire Eisen trying to just do his job here and get it past the infield, dropping the outfield, allow 2 runs to score. We'll see if he can. Ground ball, middle, that'll score 2. A 2-run single. No, they'll hold the runner from third. Looked like he could have made it, but Crott got it in. It's a 1-run RBI for Fire Eisen. Now runs to the corners with 2 away. Conservative third base coaching by post 164. Could have easily scored 2. Crott's throw was a little bit offline to the right of home plate, even if it gets all the way there and isn't cut off by Branham. Nonetheless, runners on the corners for Cody Chapman. Chapman on the year, 22 ABs. Only recorded 2 hits. It'll be a big spot to get the bat waking up. If you're Cody Chapman in a game where now with an 0-1 count, 1 swing of the bat away from making this a 1-run game and potentially 1 swing of the bat away from taking the lead. If he can somehow go yard for his first home run of the season, excuse me, words are hard. That one hanging, gets up at the head. Gonna be a 1-1 count. Runners in the corners, 2 away for Chapman. Check the runner at first once again, being really careful that runner doesn't advance in scoring position and put the tying run 180 feet away. Branham low, pitch gets away, runner's going to take off. Fire Eisen's going to go. The throw to Reyes. He turns around, guards him at home. Luis Reyes, 180. What a play. Guns the runner at home. They only get 1. They strand a runner on and fail to get one across. As the runner took off from first, the throw was not in time, but Luis Reyes guns the runner heading home from third. 6-4 ball game, bottom 6th inning coming right up.
Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today and let's get you to your peak.
New pitcher for the bottom of the 6th inning. The Sasquatch bring out Gunnar Thompson. He appeared in one game in Game 2 in Dickinson against the Big Sticks, and he was spectacular. But Gunnar, I know you're going to be watching this later to look at your pitches and watch yourself play on your little monitor back at home. I just want you to know you're washed. Gets head 0-1 on Daniel Thiessen. Thiessen lifts it, left field, going back at the track. He's going to settle under at the track. He can't make the catch. Thiessen goes to second on the high fly ball in the left field, and it's a leadoff runner for the Sasquatch bats here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead by 2, and now the runner on second trying to make that 3. Oliver Wilson to the plate.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, left fielder number 23, Oliver Wilson.
Oliver Wilson to the plate now. Runner on second. That one outside, going to be called a strike. Thompson's not going to blow you away with speed. That fastball is going to sit around mid-80s, touch 85, maybe 86 once in a while. But his changeup, he tells me his changeup's his best pitch, so we're going to have to see him try to utilize that today against the Sasquatch bats. Puts that one past Oliver Wilson for the second strike. Gets at 0-2. Wilson hitless today, looking for his first one on the summer. Even though it wouldn't necessarily count towards the stat sheet, it would be nice to see one drop. Thiessen standing on second. Outside, can't locate it. Thompson goes down, or stays up 1-2, but lets off the first ball. Gage Crott standing on deck. Parker Bledgy standing in the hole. Oliver Wilson in a 1-2 count. Thompson with Thiessen standing on second. They try to hold the runner outside again. Can't hit his spot. 2-2. And that runner on second looked like a ball that, I mean, hey, if this is a normal Sasquatch lineup and Trey Vorwald's in left field, that ball is the first out of the inning. But instead, Daniel Thiessen stands on second, but Wilson strikes out swinging. First out of the inning comes from a swinging strikeout for Gunnar Thompson, brings up Gage Crott. Started the game at second base in the 8th spot, slid over to center field as Bachman came to the second base. Bachman now at short, Reyes at second, but Crott in the 8th spot comes up to the plate with one away. And a man on second base and Danny Thiessen. Crott lifts that one high in the air. It's foul territory. Tried to give chase over at third base. Was hot, but that thing was just not even close to being playable. It's lifted past the shed over down the third base line. 0-1 count now early on to Crott. That one going to drop and go a little bit too low. Evens at the count. 1-1 with one away. Outside, strike 2. Painted the corner, goes up 1-2 on Gage Crott. That hit in the left field, that as a pitcher, you would love for your defense to have, but a little bit of trouble maybe looking up in the sun at the track with the scoreboard in the way. Resulting in runner on second, struck out Wilson, and now gets a weak ground ball to short. Eric's going to move in, make the play, throw across diamond on the money. Charged in on the ball, and Eric's gets the second out of the inning. It's a 6-3 put out. 2 away, runner advances to third. Parker Bledgy to the plate now with 2 away. He comes into the 9 spot. Play the runner 90 feet away, trying to add an insurance run before we go to the top of the 7th inning. But I would expect with an exhibition game like this that we will see a bottom of the 7th. Possibly no matter what, I would assume that that would happen. But if this was normal rules where we determine a winner, we go top 7 if post 164 didn't get 2. We'd get a winner. And it'd be ball game over. We'll have to see. 1-1 count. Thompson to Bledgy. Pledgey high into center field. Martin giving chase into the gap. Martin settles under it, makes the catch on the run. Gunnar Thompson lets up a leadoff hit, but goes 1, 2, 3 after that. No runs in the bottom of the 6th. We go top 7. 164 trails by 2. The Bats trying to tie it up. Down to the last 3 outs.
We're all going somewhere. Going higher, faster, farther. Going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Top 7, last 3 outs for post 164 as their Bats trail by 2, 6-4. Squatch have 12 hits, 6 runs. Post 164 is only on 4 hits, but they have brought across 4 runs. New arm, Riley Polarize. First pitch inside. They're going to say hit the bat. Looked like it might have hit him, but they're going to say got the bat handle. Nonetheless, 0-1 count to the leadoff hitter. That one outside in the dirt, going to go the count 1-1 to Cody Chapman. Chapman, if you recall from last inning, was up to the plate. Would runner to the corners, 2 away. Runner took off from second. The throw is not in time, but Luis Reyes gunned the runner coming back home to end the inning. An absolute beauty of a defensive play from a guy that I've already made claims. If we were just giving out awards right now, Gold Glove of the Independence League, at least at the middle infield position so far. Count goes 2-2. Maybe that's something I'll propose to Eric Schmidt, that they should add a first team Gold Glove for every position. And let people decide. Left center gap, giving chase is Wilson. This one is gonna be caught by Crott on the run. Over the shoulder catch and a pieced baseball by Cody Chapman is going to result in an out. That's the 3rd time we've seen a ball hit in the outfield that was hit hard and hit well by this post 164 team that just didn't drop. Gage Crott on the run, thought maybe it was going to be caught. Wilson veered off it, and that kind of gave me the feeling up here that it was going to drop, but Gage Crott out of nowhere. First pitch going to be called a strike on Duncan Martin. 0-1 count now to the center fielder. Polarize trying to close this one out. Martin checks his swing on that one high and inside. Going to be called ball 1, evens up the count 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 away to Duncan Martin, trying to extend any bit of life that 164 wants to have with their bats. Ground ball over to short. Bachman rushing in. He's going to make the play on the run. The throw is in time. It was close, and I'm not sure about that one. But field umpire Kevin Kershaw is going to call a 6-3 put out. Can we go to Vegas on that one? I don't know. That was close. Looked like he might have legged it out. The NHL has Toronto. The NBA has New York. We need to go somewhere for video replay on that. I think that's something we need to invest in. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 1 out away from securing a win for the Sasquatch. Owen Bruner to the plate now. Looking to try to extend any life possible. Outside, going to be called strike 2. Down to your last strike now as the 164 bats. Oh-2 count. Lifted high and fouled off. We'll see another 0-2 pitch from the arm of Riley Polarize. The freshman had 1 AB this year and only pitched 1 inning with a 7 ERA and a 2 WHIP. Levi Graham is in the Sasquatch bullpen, so if we play a bottom of the 7th inning, expect to see him, it looks like. That one going to be shot up the middle. Bachman can't get to it. It's a 2-out single, and life is still in play for post 164.
This is a 7-inning contest. Stick around. We'll do our raffle drawing after the game.
Tying run at the plate. For post 164, they check the runner over at first. Slides back in time. Strike 1 gonna be called on the last life once again for post 164. They check the runner again. Looked like they might have froze him, but gets back. If he had half a step more of a lead on that one, it would have been a pickoff for Riley Polarize. But nonetheless, 0-1 pitch. Outside, going to be called low and ball 1. Count goes even at 1-1. Inside and in, ball 2. A little bit of control issues right now for the freshman Riley Polarize. This is exactly what we were told. The young team check the runner, almost got him. Almost froze Duncan Martin over there at first. The throw is a little bit high, and that's exactly what was going to get him safe. Now he called strike 2. The bat hasn't left the shoulder yet. I'm going to be outside. 2 away. Last life. Full count, 2 away, down 2, runner on first. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Post 164, can't get any runs. And it looks like that's the end of this one. We will play a bottom of the 7th. I take that back. Levi Graham heads to the mound. Bottom of the 7th inning going to come up. We will see more Sasquatch bats hit, but the outcome of this game won't change. Squatch win. Sasquatch bats win 6-4. They hit 12 hits through 6 innings, and this 7th inning will be played. So this post 164 defense gets its action, and Levi Graham going to get his inning. We'll be back right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live. Don't go anywhere. Conclusion of 164 versus Squatch. On the mound, bottom 7, the last half inning. Ryan Bachman's going to lead off. New pitcher out of the bullpen once again. It's Levi Greenlight Graham, as they like to call him back at home, or so he tells me at least. He hasn't really proved that yet, but he tells me that's his nickname. So he gets it for now. Bottom 7, 2-0 count to Bachman. The first 2 pitches missed. We saw Levi in the first series in game number 2. Or in game number 1, excuse me. Bachman puts that one just past into shallow center field. And the catch is going to be made by Braden Eriks. Looked like it might drop in the soft spot between Hayden and Eriks, but Eriks going to make the play. That one seemed to just die. Brings up Jack Naylor to the plate.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 6, first baseman Jack Naylor.
Jack Naylor coming to the plate now. Chases that one upstairs. Goes down 0-1 to Levi Graham. That one misses. Count goes 1-1. The outcome of this game can't change, but the Sasquatch could try to add some runs. And Naylor could try to get some bragging rights on Levi Graham, and so on. Naylor checks his swing upstairs. Going to be called ball 2. Two-one count with 1 away. Levi Graham the pitch. Naylor hits it over to short. Eriks, easy throw across diamond. Can't get it. The pick is off. Gets by. Naylor stands on first on an E6. He's made that throw all night. That one just low. And Naylor's going to get on base. 1 away. Base runner on. Luis Reyes steps up to the plate.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, shortstop number 9,
Luis Reyes steps up to the plate now. The runner on first base and 1 away. Potentially 1 ground ball away from getting out of this. And just getting out of this game. That one's going to get away from Rosales. And taking off the second's going to be Naylor. He gets to second base and now is in scoring position. And the odds of a double play have decreased to, I'd say, pretty close to 0. I mean, unless we see something unorthodox. But a traditional ground ball double play in the infield eliminated with that one as Naylor gets over to second. Outside, strike 1 to Reyes. Reyes in the bottom of the 5th made that phenomenal play. Or excuse me, yes, in the top of the 6th. Made that phenomenal play. Defensively, spinning around. Got it to go all the way home. Got the runner at home. Gunned him for the end of the inning. Made phenomenal defensive plays all year for this Sasquatch team so far in this short-lived 4-game season. With 2 rainouts already. But a beautiful night here on Memorial Day. Reyes fouls that one off in the backstop. And speaking of Memorial Day, I'd like to personally put out a thank you on my behalf and behalf of the entire Sasquatch organization. Thank you to anyone who has ever served our country and protected our freedom. The reason that I am sitting here, all these fans are sitting here enjoying this great sport of baseball, America's pastime, is because of you guys. And we could not be more thankful. So thank you. And let's get back to baseball. Full count to Luis Reyes. Full count with 1 away. First base is open. Reyes might not be looking to walk, but I don't think it'd be opposed. We'll see if Graham gives him a competitive pitch. Reyes up the middle. Eric's going to try to make the play. Bobble, the transfer, makes the throw for the second out. Runner advances to third. 90 feet away, another run. But the second out of the bottom of the 7th. And now DJ Van Atten comes to the plate. DJ Van Atten comes to the plate now with a runner on third, 90 feet away from the 7th run of this game, looking to get an RBI on his night. He's got a couple. Looking to get another one. Swings and misses at that low slider. Beautiful pitch by Greenlight Graham. And he gets ahead 0-1. Levi, I know you're watching this. I want you to know you're not a green light. Here's the 0-1 pitch outside. Tried to get in the chase it again. Outside, gets away from Rosales. Runner stays at third. But now a 2-1 count to Van Atten. DJ Van Atten settling into the right-hand batter's box. Here's the pitch from Graham. Upstairs, gonna miss high, 3-1 count. Standing on deck is Keegan Weston. First and second base open for Van Atten, who's one pitch away from a walk to extend this ball game. Ball 4. Van Atten walks. This is the first time I've seen this at Black Hills Energy Stadium, though. If you look over in right field at the shipping container, there's fans on top. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life. At Black Hills Energy Stadium, my 2 summers here, well, 1 and about an 1/8 of a summer, if you count this one at all. Never seen anything like that. Nonetheless, Keegan Weston steps up to the plate. 2 away, runners on the corners. Strike 1 going to be called at the letters. Just appears to be that they have lawn chairs up there and they're just enjoying the game for free. It's got to be a pretty good view from up there, I'd have to think. That one going to be high for ball 1. Let's get back to the thing people care about out there in right field. That is just awesome. How did they get up there is a great question from our video production intern, Caleb. I don't know. I really cannot tell you. Maybe a ladder? Weston ground ball this short. This could end it. Eric's had a little trouble with it. Cross time and throw in time. That'll end the bottom of the 7th, and that'll end the exhibition game. Spearfish Sasquatch and Spearfish Legion Post 164. A family-friendly environment here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. The first annual Legion versus Sasquatch exhibition game in the summer 2023. Sasquatch bats get the best of the Legion bat, 6-4. It was a fun one. You can catch this Legion Post 164 team Wednesday here at Black Hills Energy Stadium versus Belfouche. And over the weekend, hosting a tournament where they will see 6 teams play in a round-robin pool play type atmosphere. After the Sasquatch, the longest break of the season, of the summer, comes now. 3 days off, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can find them 3 hours away in Pierre, South Dakota versus the newest member of the Independence League, the Oahe Zap. Looking to get going 1-3 on the season, but that 1 win coming in their last game against Hastings. I'm Sean Master, the voice of the Sasquatch, signing off on this one on Memorial Day. A beautiful family-friendly atmosphere, 164 versus Sasquatch, right here on Spearfish Sasquatch Live.
All right, fans, we're going to be announcing the winners of the raffle prize tickets. So if you have those, pull them out. We're going to be calling your numbers. If you are the winning number, please bring your ticket over to the main gate area so you can get your prize. All right, I'm going to be calling the last 4 numbers of the ticket. For the first prize of the Michelob Ultra Golf Bag, the winning